Hey everyone. I am sorry I'm a little bit late. For some reason, it scheduled it at 11, even though it was technically scheduled at 10. So I'm jumping on a few minutes late, but I know y'all understand because you are so amazing. We're going to be having a good time here. Are you ready to go? We're going to be talking about publicity versus visibility. A lot of people think that this means the same thing. I was actually on a call with someone last week and they were like, yeah, I really want to work on my publicity, with my show and with, being on summits and being a podcast guest and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, that's different than publicity, right? And they didn't understand the difference. So I'm really glad to be here with you today. If we haven't met yet, my name is Michelle Lewis. I'm a visibility expert. I specialize in helping established businesses get seen more in the online space through not only visibility tactics, but publicity tactics. I have a Hollywood background, so what I've been able to do is uniquely inject that into my online business strategy and book incredible opportunities like TEDx, Entrepreneur on Fire, BuzzFeed, Medium, Huffington Post, Good Morning La La Land, and the upcoming Good Day New York, and speaking at New York University. So it has been really cool to see that strategy work. And I'm even more excited to tell you exactly how. What we're going to be talking about today is what is the biggest difference between visibility and publicity. And if you are interested, I really want you at the webinar that I'm doing on Wednesday and Thursday. I'm going to put the link below because this is going to talk about how to become a celebrity in your niche in 90 days. I want to start teaching you the 3 components that made the biggest difference for me so that I could actually start consistently booking visibility and publicity opportunities. This is going to be a really fun webinar. You're going to hear all about my Hollywood history and see some really fun photos. And then I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can use my signature framework to explode your celebrity status in your niche in 90 days. So be sure to click that link. I want to see you on the inside. Comment below if you are in, and I will see you there. Okay. So let's talk about visibility, right? When I coined the phrase visibility vixen 2.5 years ago, no one was talking about visibility, right? I'm not taking credit for it being such a widespread word, but I'm going to say that I was one of the first people to use it. A lot of people think that it is just, oh yeah, I need to be more visible, right? You've worked to become a CEO. You've moved your small business into making some recurring revenue. Now you want it to get seen because you want more money, right? This is where visibility comes into play. This is where you can start your own podcast. You can start podcast guesting, hosting your own summit guesting, focusing on Instagram growth, Pinterest growth, Facebook group growth, right? All of these things are fantastic visibility tactics for you. And what it will do is increase your numbers, your email list, right? Your return on investment, people investing in your courses, coaching, products, whatever it may be. Visibility is absolutely fantastic and can do amazing things for your business. Hey, Lily, how's it going? But what I want you to understand is publicity is a little bit different. Publicity, press, PR, we've heard a ton of words for it. We see other people with these fantastic courses on publicity. And even if we aren't at the fact of growing our revenue, we want to jump into publicity because it feels like that's what we want, right? We establish our business and we're like, yes, let the cameras action. I want my own feature and Huffington Post and all these things because I've established my own business. It's a little bit too soon for that. You really want to work on your visibility strategy first. This is why my celebrity sprint method is so key. And that's what I'm teaching on the webinar on Wednesday. So be sure to sign up for that if you haven't already. Publicity is being able to take yourself as a brand and get it more credibility and influence out in the world, right? Visibility is putting more eyes on your business to convert to more subscribers and more customers. Publicity is putting global eyes on your business to see you as more credible and an expert in your field, right? I'm not going to TEDx in November with the goal to make more money. I'm doing it to have more influence. So that's the biggest difference between visibility and publicity. a lot of people get them confused. And so they work really hard and they get a feature in like Medium or BuzzFeed. And then they're like, it didn't increase my traffic at all. Oh my goodness, right? When my interview went live with EO Fire, it was absolutely fantastic. Did it give this huge wave of people into my inbox? No, it didn't. But it set me as an authority. It really helped me because other people were like, oh my gosh, she was on EO Fire, and word of mouth spread and got me on more podcasts. So I want you to really understand that difference, because you can very easily fall into the trap of wanting publicity first instead of building your visibility so that you're really happy with your returns, you're happy with your growth. For example, I just did a training with my friend Claire inside of the Visibility Lounge where we were talking about Pinterest, because she's been able to explode her Pinterest followers and her monthly views and all this because she's a Pinterest expert. And we were talking about how much that can increase the traffic to your business, right? It's a visibility strategy. That's going to be different than like hosting your own column with Thrive Global, right? Because that's more credibility and influencer status. So here's a question that I got last week where people were like, okay, well, this person I was talking to about the difference between visibility and publicity, she's like, well, I don't know if I really want publicity. I think I just want visibility. And I said, that's absolutely fantastic. And that is definitely what you should focus on for the next 90 days. But eventually you're going to need publicity, right? Because that's the thing. That's the bridge that people like James Wedmore, Amy Porterfield, Marie Forleo have been able to cross because they worked on their visibility strategy. And then they started with their publicity strategy. It's going to be so much easier for you to get on things. Like for me, Good Morning La La Land, right? They looked at my Instagram and they were like, we don't know, because I didn't have a celebrity following. But I was able to say, well, I've been able to do TEDx and I've gotten features here, 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 and here. And they were like, okay, yeah, great. Let's book you right now. That's what you want. And that's what publicity is for, is that it's not just them looking at your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, your podcast numbers. Those are all fantastic, but press is totally different. And press is going to help you, especially when you're doing public speaking, especially when you're having a book launch. It's more so the publicity side that you need. So that's the key information I wanted to give you today about the difference between visibility and publicity. I'm here if you have any questions, want to ask me anything. I am all yours. I know this was a super quickie live stream, but I wanted to be sure to break down that difference for you because that can be a huge misconception. And I wanted to be sure to clarify that with you right now. Hey, so ask me any questions, visibility, publicity. What should you What should you be starting with? I am 100% here for you with this. So really exciting. If you haven't yet, be sure to sign up for the How to Become a Celebrity in Your Niche in 90 Days training. We're going to be going over this in much more detail. The link is below or it's in my profile, wherever you happen to be watching, but I want you there. I want you to understand the journey I went through and then how I was able to figure out, okay, these are the 3 components of my signature framework that helped me land these incredible opportunities. It isn't like I've been featured in places for the past 2.5 years, y'all. It has been the majority in the last 90 days. This is how we were able to get our book, me and my publicist, Kristen Marquet. This is how we were able to get our book onto the Amazon bestseller list within 24 hours, right? It was leveraging all of these strategies. So it's a really, really fun training. I cannot wait to see you there. Oh my goodness. And in the meantime, if there aren't any other questions, I'm going to sign off here. Lots to do today, but I so appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I will see you in the live class. There are 2 times, both on Wednesday and Thursday, so we'll make it work with your schedule. Don't worry about it. And in the meantime, I'm going to answer one more question and then I'm going to sign off. Lily has one. When's a good time shifting the focus from visibility to publicity? Good question, Lily. I think the best time to start shifting is when you're feeling really good about three or 4 visibility tactics that are inside of your plan. So for example, if you're really strong on Instagram and Pinterest and like podcast guesting, then you're probably able to sustain your visibility enough and grow your numbers enough monthly so that then you can start working on publicity. And it's all about really mastering these sprints so that you can then actionably integrate a new one without, letting another one of those balls drop. So that's what I definitely learned the most, because I'd be like, okay, and I'd submit like crazy, right? And then I wouldn't, everything else would fall to the wayside. And then I would go all in for like hosting my summit, and all this other stuff fell to the wayside. That's definitely what I've learned. If you aim to get some smiles. That's cute, Lily. Yeah, so that's what I would recommend. You definitely need 2 or 3 visibility plans in place before you start with publicity. And I think what it also does is it helps you clarify your messaging. If you jump into publicity too early and you're not super strong with your mission statement, what you can teach, what can just blow people away in terms of your original content, then it can be a bit confusing and you won't land the features. And that's what can be really challenging. But when you're like, okay, here are my 3 pillars, this is my signature framework, then when you're pitching, it's so much easier to book because they're like, oh, she has a unique voice. So that would be my recommendation. Okay, perfect. Awesome, y'all. Well, I will see you in the free class Wednesday and Thursday. Cannot wait. In the meantime, I'm recording some trainings in my Visibly Productive course. So I got to get going. Thanks so much for being here.